I don't have nothing to say about the rest of Kanye tweets. I'm done. Yeah, I'll toss it to Marc, my fucking educated doctor brother.
I'm just sickened by it, to be honest.
Which part of it? Besides all of it.
There's a few pieces to Kanye for me that trouble me, right? One is how cynical it is. It's very clear that he has some kind of mental illness, to me. He shows all the signs of mental illness. It's also clear to me that when he has an album release, he does wild shit to get attention, or a product to sell, whether it's a shirt or
So then that's my problem when people keep assigning, mental illness to all of his fucking antics, because he's so lucid when it comes to the marketing strategy behind anything that he fucking does. Like, you can't have it both fucking ways. You know what I'm saying?
But you can, right? You could be you could be mentally ill and know enough of what you're doing. So why you mental illness doesn't make you like Nazis. It doesn't make you call yourself Adolf Hitler.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a quick question.
He seems to claim that it does.
Can I just ask you a question? Yeah. Why are you not mentally ill and ranting all the time then? Why do you pick and choose when you do it?
That's an interesting question.
That's the calculated part.
That's why I don't see I don't like that. It seems like a scapegoat.
It's the same scapegoat when a guy says, who's likes to beat on his woman, oh, I just lost control. You didn't lose control with your boss. You didn't lose control in the streets. You didn't lose control with people that are motherfucking bigger than you. Like, you chose the avenue, and it's very specific, and you do it, like I said, every cycle, exactly.
But it wouldn't mean that in your example, that doesn't mean though that guy doesn't have an anger issue or that he doesn't lose control.
He don't have a mental illness.
So I think they play into each other.
He has more control over that issue than he lets that.
Exactly.
That's possible. But everybody that got a mental illness in most instances, they have it under control sometimes. And it might rear its ugly head on other times.
So, like, what, for example,
I'm not saying that he don't necessarily think about this. Sometimes the things that we've seen Kanye do, he did them without thinking about the recourse. Bro, that shows some sign of mental illness where your self-preservation is thrown to the hazard. We don't know what was going to be the negative drawback from some of that shit he's done in the past. He did that without regard for self.
Cool, but now he's actually speaking on the recourse. Hey, y'all can't do nothing to me now.
But he didn't know.
I'm talking about now.
Cool.
So this makes it more calculated.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but in the past, he didn't know he was going to overcome some of that shit.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm only speaking on now, which means
so you saying he was crazy before, but he's not crazy now?
I don't think he ever gave a shit.
I don't think that this is an episode as people try to make it out to be. This is let me tap into that and use it right now.
And that could be true. But also with creative processes, I know for me, when I create certain things, I make certain choices of what I'm going to do. Whether it's to not sleep or sleep, whether it's to take Adderall or not, or whether it's to do this or that. So for Kanye, for example, I don't want to speculate about his specific habits or his mental illness, but it wouldn't shock me if he doesn't take medication when he's creating. I know a lot of people who stop taking their meds when they create.
Oh, that's a good one.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, a lot of people have thought, because he's gone from saying that it's bipolarism to now it's autism, you know what I'm saying? So so a lot of people are under the impression that when people are on medication, it controls the mania, but then it also kind of deads you and deads your creativity and stuff like that. And so that's like a pervasive, kind of like thought.
So follow it to the next step though, right? So that could mean that every time he has an album coming out, he is going to do crazy shit because he's not taking his medicine every time he's making an album.
Yeah, but what that does is that's a disservice to anybody with a mental illness.
Agreed.
Okay, because just because you have a mental illness does not mean that you become wildly offensive to the greater part of the fucking global community and
Absolutely.
Great point, man. I'm trying to agree now.
No, I agree with.
We countering what you said.
Just because
I'm saying the Nazi part.
Exactly.
Being mentally ill don't make you a Nazi. It makes you say wild shit. It don't make you say that specific shit.
Elon claiming to have Asperger's or whatever, that does not make you fucking do a Nazi salute.
That part,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's such a fucking cop-out. It kind of makes me nauseous.
And that's the part about Kanye that I don't fuck with. Again, like, I don't want mental illness to get mischaracterized as it makes you racist, it makes you anti-Semitic.
It does, and that is what he's trying to do.
Right.
Well, I don't think he gives a fuck that's what is the byproduct of what he's doing, is that it is it's mischaracterizing mental illness, and it's not fair to people who actually have it, struggle with it, take medication, and they're responsible with it.
I just don't want to write him off as somebody who doesn't have mental illness. That's all I'm saying.
I think that, I think that the mental illness piece is you not able to hide your bigotry. You're not able to hide all of these things. Because most people, excuse me, that may have a bias, They'll shelf that bias. They'll suppress that bias. They won't say the things publicly that they'll say behind closed doors. Him having a mental illness, Islam's like, fuck, I don't give a fuck about the consequence. Fuck everybody. You know what I'm saying? And so he'll say it, and I think that's the mental ill part of him not hiding it.
Yeah, him trying to market hoodies like the one that Cassie was wearing during the video where Puff was attacking her was, I didn't think that it could get any lower.
Did that?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Bruh,
I didn't
it's
think it could get any lower.
I think
crazy.
he's looking to
That's why.
emotional outrage market. Like, I know this is gonna bother and affect so many people.
Rage
So
baiting, all that shit. And that's what makes it
his
so fucking
lane,
tacky.
bruh.
But if that turns into sales,
I feel like
what does that say about the people?
It turned into sales, and he showed the sales
On the
said,
hoodies?
on all of that shit that he shouldn't have been promoting. He said, "This is what our 1 day sales looks like." From the hoodie that Mel talks about,
The swastika,
from the swastika,
the White Lives Matter.
people
one.
purchased it. I think he made like $1 million day one.
Bro, listen.
Total.
Let me.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to be careful. This is sensitive.
Yeah. Yo, the Trump coin. It was a Trump coin that came out. Bro, that shit went from 18 cents to $72 or some shit. Mad millionaires were bred 2 weeks ago? Might have been like 2 weeks ago.
I keep missing
Bro,
it.
off of that.
I think putting mental illness on Kanye is gaslighting him.
It could be. But you don't think he has a.
But what about when he puts it on himself?
You don't think he has some sort of issue?
He's come out. The album cover was "I'm bipolar." It's amazing.
I take anything he says with a grain of salt. Like, he's not my source to be like, oh, he said this is what it is.
I think that's fair.
I don't get that from him.
That's a good point.
And for me, that's like some real American shit to do, is throw mental illness on somebody when we don't get them,
Or for
when we
being
don't
mean, or for being-
understand them,
yeah.
or when they say something that or do something that is outlandish. I don't know that he don't really believe
That he's
what
God.
he's saying.
No, that's what I said. I said I think he believes what he's
And
saying.
if he believes what he's saying, I'm not gonna say,
Yeah,
all right,
I
you're
don't-
mentally ill. I think your views are different and dangerous.
True.
Yeah, I think it's both though. I mean, people close to him, even Kim Kardashian herself was saying Kanye's I don't know if she used the word bipolar.
I don't think that's right for her to do.
I mean, but when you're married to somebody and
And
you
the
say,
other-
hey, he's not taking his meds, I think you at least know that somebody has meds to take.
I'm with that.
Medication
but I
don't
know
necessarily
that
mean I'm crazy.
I know
Yeah.
that they operate at a pay grade that's above me. The flip side of that was him saying that they're trying to put me on the Britney Spears conservatory shit, and they hiring their doctor to come and certify me as crazy so
remember the
they can
text
take
message you
control
put
of my
out?
money. Yada. So I take all of it
And
with
that
a grain of
doctor's
salt.
that doctor's history
It's
for
sketchy.
black people is sketchy.
Yep.
We look at that doctor like we look at TV. We watch too many TV shows.
Like, we could bleep this because I don't even want to repeat what he said, so bleep it. But during Super Bowl, he said, I am and had. Drake said, Puff,
Yeah.
one is on, one is in jail.
He said, think about the hypocrisy. I didn't want to bring it up. He did say that.
I don't even want to repeat
said that.
such shit, but
There's a little bit more to that though. Is the fact we saw the video. We didn't see no video.
That don't mean it ain't true.
I'm not saying it ain't true.
It's just
but
an
we know
allegation.
it- We know it's true here. We know it's true. There's no denying that that's true. We saw it.
I don't think
This
that-
one is just some words.
I
Well,
don't
we saw
think it's
Dr.
fair
Dre
to-
though, and Dr. Dre was on the Super Bowl too. And that one is indisputable too.
Who saw Dr. Dre? I didn't see
I
Dr.
never
Dre.
saw Dr.
A
Dre.
club
on
full
no
of people
video.
when he smacked D Barnes down the steps. You kidding
That
me?
part.
There was a whole room full of people.
Yes.
I'm telling you, I did not see Dr. Dre do that.
What I'm
It's
saying
a-
is the claim.
you
It's
can
not just
Google it.
allegations. All I'm saying. It's been verified.
It is.
No one's.
That's not countering ISIS's point of the public seeing something.
So
like
you-
Ray Rice.
So you're saying it's not just the
exactly.
You're saying it's not just the proof.
You
it's-
can know
it's-
that it happened.
I get you. I see. I see what you mean.
We're not debating that it happened with Dre.
Understood. You're saying the visceral
The
response. to seeing it.
public seeing him do whatever.
It's a convenient
Bro.
irresponsibility, though. It's because it gives you plausible deniability. It's almost like saying, "Yo, we know these things happen, but I can still support it because I don't know with actual fact." You understand what I'm saying? But now you face with the actual fact, you get demonized for still supporting it. It's like a lazy responsibility that people have when they say,
Well, again,
because it might be one of our favorites.
I'm only using the examples that of the two names that Joe mentioned. well, that Kanye mentioned, and we don't know that it happened. It's not there's no confirmation.
We pick and choose.
See, and that's the difference.
With the Dr. Dre thing,
we pick and choose.
Okay, you said a room full of people saw it. It was confirmed, et cetera.
He made a song about it.
You are correct.
What song?
Eminem referred to it in the record too.
I'm talking about Eminem when he said the same guy that slapped D Barnes, Mr.
Right.
Dre, Mr. N. I mean, they had a kiki about it on the song.
That's not fair.
Talking about that.
He paid her.
That don't confirm it either for me.
What's not fair? Which part?
That song, Guilty Conscience.
Yeah.
It's a lot of shit M said in the record
Yep.
that, I mean, come on.
Okay, a room full of people.
Royce said in the song something about me. Don't ask me about your button.
Freestyle.
Yada,
BET
yada.
shit.
I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah.
That didn't confirm that I was doing that.
No.
But if there's a video
That's
to
just
go
you
along
in a
with
song
the
trying to be creative
allegation.
with some narrative.
I
I'm
hear
not
that.
gonna take that and say we're kikiing about something so serious.
Okay, well, this is what I'll say.
That's all I'm saying.
I agree with that.
Okay, well, he slapped in a room full of people. She fell down the steps. Everybody saw it. She sued. He acknowledged it.
People comment. MC Ren is fucking on. What did he say? He was like, he slapped her and I'd do it again or some shit like that. Like it was a whole conversation.
Right. Yeah, this isn't a whodunit. That's all I'm saying. I get your point. I take your point seriously that just because it's on a rap song don't make it real. I'm just saying all the pieces together, and it didn't matter. You know what I mean? To Ish's point, it seemed like if it's our fave, we let a lot of shit slide if it's one of our faves.
And I don't want to keep bringing this up, but if D Barnes was much more popular,
Like Rihanna.
different conversation.
Would have been a different, yeah.
And I say
well, but
that
it was also a
every
really,
single
it was
time.
also a really different
It was a
time.
different time.
It was a different time.
That shit was a long time ago.
It was a different.
I don't see, and that's my problem also with that different time stuff, because we pick and choose when we apply what's not acceptable today to different times.